Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something deeply personal and universally relatable. How to make a comeback when no one believes in you. This isn't just about bouncing back from a bad day or a minor setback. This is about those moments when the world feels like it's turned its back on you, when your dreams seem out of reach, and when even the people closest to you doubt you'll ever make it. Maybe you've hit rock bottom, lost something or someone important, or faced failure after failure. Maybe you're staring at a goal that feels impossible and the voices around you, sometimes even your own, say, "Give up. It's over." But here's the truth, it's not over. You can make a comeback, and this video is going to walk you through exactly how to do it, step by step, with real strategies, mindset shifts, and practical advice. This is for anyone who's ever felt counted out, overlooked, or underestimated. Let's prove them wrong together. First, let's talk about what a comeback really means. A comeback isn't just about achieving success or reaching a goal. It's about reclaiming your power, your purpose, and your belief in yourself, especially when the odds are stacked against you. It's about rising from the ashes of doubt, failure, or betrayal and building something stronger than before. Think about some of the greatest comeback stories in history. People like Oprah Winfrey, who was told she wasn't fit for television, or J.K. Rowling, who was rejected by publisher after publisher before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. These stories aren't just inspiring, they're proof that the human spirit can overcome incredible obstacles. But what sets these people apart isn't luck or talent alone. It's a combination of mindset, action, and resilience. That's what we're going to unpack today, and I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll have a roadmap to start your own comeback, no matter where you're starting from. Let's start with the hardest part, facing the reality of where you are. When no one believes in you, it's easy to feel isolated, defeated, or even ashamed. Maybe you've lost a job, gone through a breakup, or failed at something you poured your heart into. The first step to making a comeback is to stop running from that pain and instead confront it head on. This doesn't mean wallowing in self-pity or replaying your mistakes on a loop. It means taking a clear, honest look at your situation. Ask yourself, what happened? What role did I play in it? And what's standing in my way now? This kind of self-reflection isn't fun, but it's necessary. It's like cleaning out a wound before it can heal. You have to acknowledge the mess before you can start rebuilding. One of the biggest challenges in this phase is dealing with the external noise. When no one believes in you, their doubts can feel like a constant drumbeat in your head. Maybe it's a parent who says, "Be realistic," or a friend who thinks your dreams are a pipe dream. Maybe it's a boss who overlooked you for a promotion or a partner who walked away when things got tough. These voices can be loud, but here's the thing. They're not your truth. They're just opinions, shaped by other people's fears, biases, or limited perspectives. The sooner you realize that their disbelief is about them, not you, the sooner you can start tuning it out. This doesn't mean cutting people out of your life, though sometimes that's necessary, but it does mean creating mental boundaries. Decide that their doubts don't get to define your potential. Now let's talk about the internal noise, because that's often even harder to silence. When you're at a low point, your own mind can become your worst enemy. You might think, maybe they're right, maybe I'm not cut out for this, maybe I'm just not good enough. These thoughts are normal, but they're not facts. They're stories you're telling yourself, and stories can be rewritten. One way to start rewriting that narrative is by practicing self-compassion. Treat yourself the way you'd treat a friend who's struggling. If your best friend came to you and said, "I failed and I don't know if I can keep going," you wouldn't say, "Yeah, you're probably right. Give up." You'd encourage them, remind them of their strengths, and help them see a way forward. Do that for yourself. Start by writing down 3 things you've accomplished in your life, no matter how small they seem. Maybe you graduated high school, helped a friend through a tough time, or learned a new skill. These are reminders that you're capable of growth and success. Once you've faced your reality and started quieting the noise, it's time to reconnect with your why. Your why is the reason you want to make a comeback in the first place. It's the fire that keeps you going when things get tough. Maybe your why is proving to yourself that you can do it. Maybe it's creating a better life for your family, pursuing a passion, or making a difference in the world. Whatever it is, it has to be bigger than the obstacles you're facing. Take some time to sit with this. Grab a notebook and write down what drives you. Why does this matter? What's at stake if you give up? Your why is like a compass. It'll guide you when you feel lost or overwhelmed. And when the doubters come knocking, your why will remind you that their opinions don't get to decide your future. With your why in place, it's time to shift your mindset. This is where the real transformation begins. A comeback isn't just about what you do, it's about how you think. One of the most powerful mindset shifts you can make is adopting a growth mindset. This concept, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can grow with effort, learning, and persistence. When you have a growth mindset, setbacks aren't the end of the story. They're opportunities to learn and improve. Instead of thinking, I failed, so I'm a failure, you start thinking, I failed, but I can learn from this and try again. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but you can start small. The next time you face a challenge, catch yourself if you're slipping into negative self-talk. Ask, what can I learn from this? Or how can I approach this differently next time? Over time, these small changes in how you think will add up to big changes in how you act. Another key mindset shift is embracing discomfort. Making a comeback is hard. It's going to require you to step out of your comfort zone, take risks, and face rejection. The sooner you accept that discomfort is part of the process, the less power it has over you. Think of discomfort as a sign that you're growing. When you feel nervous about applying for that job, speaking up in a meeting, or sharing your work with the world, remind yourself that those feelings mean you're pushing your limits, and every time you push through, you get stronger. One practical way to build this tolerance for discomfort is by starting with small challenges. Maybe it's reaching out to someone you admire, signing up for a class, or committing to a daily habit. Each time you do something that scares you, you're training your brain to handle bigger risks down the road. Now let's get practical. A comeback isn't just about mindset, it's about action. One of the first actions you need to take is setting clear, realistic goals. Without goals, your comeback can feel like a vague, overwhelming dream. But with goals, you have a roadmap. Start by breaking your big vision into smaller, manageable steps. Let's say your comeback is about starting a business. Your big vision might be owning a successful company, but your first goal could be researching your market, creating a business plan, or saving a certain amount of money. Make your goals specific, measurable, and time-bound. Instead of saying, I want to get fit, say, I'm going to work out 3 times a week for the next month. Write these goals down and track your progress. Seeing small wins pile up will boost your confidence and keep you motivated. As you start taking action, you'll need to build a system to stay consistent. Consistency is the secret sauce of any comeback. It's not about making huge leaps overnight. It's about showing up every day even when you don't feel like it. One way to stay consistent is by creating habits that support your goals. Habits are like the scaffolding that holds your comeback together. For example, if your goal is to write a book, set a habit of writing 500 words every morning. If you're trying to get healthy, commit to meal prepping every Sunday. The key is to start small and make it easy to stick with. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, talks about the power of making habits so simple that you can't fail. If you want to run every day, start by putting on your running shoes and stepping outside. That's it. Over time, those small actions will compound into big results. Another practical step is surrounding yourself with the right people. When no one believes in you, it's tempting to isolate yourself, but that's the worst thing you can do. You need a support system, people who inspire you, challenge you, and cheer you on. This doesn't mean you need a huge circle. Even 1 or 2 positive influences can make a difference. Look for mentors, peers, or communities who share your goals or values. Maybe it's a local meetup group, an online forum, or a friend who's always believed in you. These people can offer advice, accountability, and perspective when you're feeling stuck. And don't be afraid to reach out. Most people are flattered when someone asks for their guidance or input. Send that email, make that call, or join that group. You don't have to do this alone. While you're building your support system, you also need to protect your energy. This means being intentional about who you let into your space. Not everyone will understand your comeback, and that's okay. Some people, whether out of fear, jealousy, or misunderstanding, will try to pull you back down. Learn to recognize these energy drainers and limit their influence. This might mean setting boundaries with a negative family member, spending less time with a friend who constantly criticizes you, or even muting certain voices on social media. Your comeback is too important to let toxic influences derail it. Focus on surrounding yourself with people who lift you up and make you feel capable. Let's talk about failure because it's going to happen. No comeback is a straight line to success. You're going to mess up, miss opportunities, and face rejection. That's not a sign you're on the wrong path, it's a sign you're trying. The key is to reframe failure as feedback. Every time something doesn't work out, you're learning what doesn't work, which brings you closer to what does. Thomas Edison famously said he didn't fail 10,000 times while inventing the light bulb. He found 10,000 ways that didn't work. Adopt that mindset. When you face a setback, take a step back and analyze it. What went wrong? What can you do differently? Then adjust and keep going. The people who make comebacks aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who refuse to let failure stop them. One of the biggest hurdles in any comeback is staying patient. In a world of instant gratification, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind if your progress is slow. But real change takes time. Think of your comeback like planting a seed. You don't see the sprout the next day, but that doesn't mean it's not growing. Trust the process and celebrate the small wins along the way. Did you stick to your habit for a week? That's a win. Did you get a response from someone you reached out to? That's a win. These moments might not feel like much in the moment, but they're building the foundation for something bigger. Keep your eyes on the long game, and don't let temporary setbacks trick you into thinking you're not making progress. As you move forward, you'll need to keep learning. A comeback often requires new skills, knowledge, or perspectives. Maybe you need to learn how to code, improve your communication skills, or understand your industry better. Whatever it is, commit to being a lifelong learner. The good news is that you don't need a formal education to do this. There are endless resources available. Books, podcasts, YouTube tutorials, online courses. Start by identifying one skill or area you want to improve, then dedicate a little time each week to studying it. Even 30 minutes a day can add up to massive growth over time. And don't just consume information, apply it. Knowledge is only powerful when you put it into action. Another key to a successful comeback is taking care of your physical and mental health. You can't pour from an empty cup, and a comeback requires energy, focus, and resilience. Make sleep, nutrition, and movement a priority. You don't need to run a marathon or follow a perfect diet. Just aim for small, sustainable changes. Maybe it's drinking more water, going for a 15-minute walk, or setting a bedtime routine. These things might seem unrelated to your goals, but they're the fuel that keeps you going. Mental health is just as important. If you're struggling with anxiety, depression, or overwhelm, don't be afraid to seek help. Therapy, journaling, or mindfulness practices can make a huge difference. Your comeback isn't just about achieving something. It's about becoming a stronger, healthier version of yourself. Let's talk about the power of visualization. This might sound a little woo-woo, but hear me out. Visualizing your success can be a game changer. It's not about magically manifesting your dreams. It's about training your brain to focus on what's possible. Athletes do this all the time. They mentally rehearse their performance before stepping onto the field, and it helps them perform better under pressure. You can do the same. Take a few minutes each day to close your eyes and picture yourself succeeding. Imagine what it feels like to achieve your goal, to prove the doubters wrong, to stand in your power. Be specific. What are you wearing? Who's with you? How do you feel? This practice can boost your confidence and keep you motivated, especially on tough days. Achieved. A comeback isn't just about external success. It's about who you are on the inside. You're stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you were before. You've learned to trust yourself, to push through doubt, and to keep going when things get tough. That's the real victory, and it's something no one can take away from you. Before we wrap up, let's address one final thing. What happens when you make it? When you achieve that goal, prove the doubters wrong, and stand in your success? First, celebrate. You've earned it. Take a moment to soak in how far you've come. But also know that a comeback isn't a finish line. Life will always throw new challenges, new doubters, new obstacles. The difference is that now you know you can handle them. You've done it before and you can do it again. Keep the habits, mindsets, and strategies that got you here, and use them to keep growing. So here's your call to action. Right now, today, take one step toward your comeback. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's writing down your why, setting a small goal, or reaching out to someone for support. Just start, and then keep going. The world might not believe in you yet, but you can believe in yourself. And that's enough to change everything. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more content like this. Drop a comment below and let me know. What's one step you're going to take today to start your comeback? I can't wait to hear from you. Until next time, keep fighting, keep growing, and never give up. You've got this.